Hey everyone, Lauren from A Girl and Her Wool here. So a slightly different setup to start off here and for the whole video. We're going to be doing something completely different that I'm really excited to show you guys. I've been like giddy excited about all this. Yes, I'm happy to show it. You guys are getting some sneak peeks. Well, we have First Crush, but you're getting some sneak peeks of some new colorways coming out. So there's that, but that's besides the point. I am going to be doing something a little bit different here today, and I am really excited to show you. So what we're going to be doing is I have a notebook, and this is just a plain notebook, and I'll talk about it in a little bit, but I'm going to be doing a craft journal, and I'm going to be doing it a little bit different in that I have kind of these kits that I'm going to be using to make it look neat and organized and take like all of the work out of it. So I'm really excited about it. For kind of some background on this, I have, I've been knitting for years. Nacho wants to say hello. Nacho, come say hello. Okay, here's Nacho. So when I first started knitting, I wanted a way to keep track of my projects. And so I actually started doing like a digital scrapbooking thing a little bit where I would make like a digital, I would use Photoshop basically and create a digital scrapbook page. So it had information about the project and pictures on it and stuff like that, but it was so much work and I would rather be knitting than doing that. And so I think that lasted like a weekend. Like I sat down for a weekend and thought, I'm gonna do this, and I did it for like the 2 projects I had ever knit, and I never did it again. And then after that, I basically went and used Ravelry. So that's where I've been tracking my projects, probably like many of you for years now. But there's something about, Ravelry is a database. That's really what it is. So it's a great place to store your projects and information. It's an amazing place to get information about patterns, to find patterns, all that. But from like a memory point of view, it's not necessarily set up to be that. And that's something that I was more kind of looking for to start doing. So I am a crafty person in that I like to knit, but I'm not like the most crafty person in terms of like other arts and crafts and making things look nice, and I'm just not artsy. And I know I've had this conversation on here before as a yarn dyer of like being artsy and creative and all of that, but I really I can't draw, I can't write nicely, I can't do that. And so I didn't want, the reason why I haven't really done a notebook like this before is that I just felt like it would end up being like scratch notes and wouldn't look nice, and I would never actually look back through it. And so I thought it would be nice to have something that, if a knitting friend were to come over, or my mom, or someone, then they could like flip through and kind of see the projects that I've worked on, but it wouldn't be like chicken scratch either. So what I have done, and what you guys are going to see, is that I've created various sticker kits. And what I love about doing this is that the work is like done. So what I can do is I can put these sticker kits down, and you guys are gonna see exactly. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna use them. And it's all gonna be nice and organized. It's gonna be pretty because they're colorful, and really only thing I need to do is kind of put the information in. And I think this will be really nice to flip through. It's going to be functional. That's the person that I am. I'm a functional person. And so it's not going to be all over the place artsy. And so it's just a great way to track all these projects that I've been working on and doing without making it not look nice. I do apologize that my cats are meowing a lot. You guys are used to it. But it's gonna be easy to flip through and see everything. So it just will be kind of like a nicer thing to flip through versus like Ravelry, which is a database, which is amazing, but it's not like a flip through type of thing. And even like better than the blog that I was writing, because you can kind of like just see what you need to see. The blog is very hard to scroll through and like see how projects are. So Anyway, I'll show you guys, we're gonna flip it around. What I'm gonna do is, I haven't started it yet. Right now it is blank. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first kind of jump in time a little bit and flip through it from a finished point of view, just so you can see what I'm getting at here, versus spending the whole video being like, what is she getting at? So I'm gonna kind of flip through kind of like, it's not finished because it's always gonna be a work in progress, but kind of finish what I've set up and show you how these work. And then you'll kind of flip, and then you'll kind of get into the video where I'm actually setting it up, and we'll kind of talk about that. So anyway, all of these sticker kits are available in my shop right now at agirlandherwool.com. So I have a link down below. If you like what you see and you are interested in buying them, I would absolutely love the support, of course. So let me know in the comments, of course, what you think, and stick around because at the end there will, of course, be a giveaway. So I also want to say I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for the support of this channel, for subscribing. I'm so happy to have you here. It's been really crazy to put myself on the internet like this, and the support has just been so great. So there will be a 1,000 giveaway, 1,000 subscriber giveaway coming next week. Because I'm doing this giveaway today and this has kind of been planned, I want to go ahead with this, and then we'll come back to the 1,000 subscriber giveaway next week. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. I would sincerely appreciate it. So with that, let's kind of get into this. So here we are, and I'm going to just kind of go through and show you guys how I plan to set this up. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but this is just a plain notebook from Amazon, and I will have it linked below if you're interested, but you can see it's paperage, and I got the lined notebook version. You can see this is going to be part of the giveaway I'm going to announce at the end. So I will be doing a giveaway now that I'm talking. Nacho wants to talk again. So I will be giving away a notebook along with a lot of the things you're going to see in this video. So I will announce that at the end. But it was a really affordable notebook. It was, I think I probably spent between $10 and $15, I think, on a pack of 3 of them. And they come in all different colors. I just got the black because that is fine with me. And I think they had a choice between like lined and bullet. You're gonna see my hands are really dried out. It's that time of year. I don't know what to say. But yeah, so it's just a plain lined notebook. I love it. It stays open and really affordable. So this isn't gonna be like an expensive way to do things, which is really great. You can buy planners and specialty notebooks out there, and they're just really expensive. And so by doing it kind of this way, what we'll be doing is really having a great crafting notebook made kind of the way we want it. And I'll get into that as well, because one of the things that I was hoping to do with this is just making it my own. I don't want to be stuck in a structure that may or may not work for me. And so by kind of doing it this way, we'll be doing that. But without further ado, without staring at a blank notebook, I do want to get into this. So the first thing that I want to do is set up 2021. So again, we're kind of backtracking, and that's part of the reason why this is going to be kind of a longer video, is that I'm backtracking here a little bit. So I'm going to add in a page, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, but I'm going to be adding in a page with some of my 2021 goals, and I want to show you what comes on here. So this is again, one of like the sticker kits you'll receive, and this is why I kind of want to show it in action, because it's a little bit piecemeal here. But what it comes is with these headers, so you can kind of put these to decorate the top of the page. It has like a title that you can put then over it. All of these things, I'm gonna say this a million times in this video, all of these things you can choose to include or not include, and you're going to see there are repetitive things. You're obviously not going to be able to include everything, but I think it'll be a really great way to do it. And then you just see scripts here, and I'll kind of talk about those in a bit. But first I'm going to kind of get these headers set up. I may be zooming in and out just so I can kind of show you things in detail, and then kind of zoom out so you can kind of see how it works in general. But the other thing I wanted to mention is this notebook is a 5.5 by 8 notebook, which I think is like this, which is like the which is the A5 size. So I do plan to kind of change the sizing of these stickers to include like 8.5 by 11. If you wanted to do this on just like computer paper and you didn't want a notebook at all, you could do it. You could do it that way. But for now, I just have these made to fit in these 5.5 by 8-inch notebooks. So keep an eye out for kind of sizing if that's something you want to do. Okay, so that's the header here. I do plan on using both pages, so I'm gonna use this second header just to kind of like make the page cohesive. So I'm gonna give it kind of the same header on the top. And I really didn't pre-plan this. I'm kind of like, I had it planned in my head of how I wanted to do it, obviously, when I designed these, but I really didn't plan too much. Okay, so what else you see on here are these little labels. And so what these are great for is for just kind of giving a background to some of these words. You can see there aren't a ton on here. So I also have a labels page specific to 2021. So this is the 2021 labels page, and you can see it comes in kind of all the different colors from that kit, and I even include one that's a little bit more decorative. And so they are bigger than these smaller ones you see here. So these are great for like section headers, and these might be just like great as background. So I'm gonna use a little bit of each to kind of show you that as well, but keep in mind, you don't have to use these, or you don't have to use these. Everything will come piecemeal, so you can kind of pick and choose everything you want. Every sheet is $1.50, and so I do have some like pre-packaged kits together that save you a little bit, but you can really pick and choose here what you want. So the first thing that I want to do is put my theme for the year, and if you don't have a theme or a word for the year, you don't have to use it. No one's going to stop you. And I am going to use one of these because I want it to kind of stand, I want to write it on there as well. So I'm going to actually take one of these off and put it on here. Oops. And I'm going to put my theme on there, kind of offset it a little bit so I can write my theme on there. And then I'm also going to do one for my word of the year. I kind of didn't really necessarily think about them as like two separate things, but I'm going to make this work because I want to show it to you guys. So that's the theme, and then I have the word. And again, I'm trying to keep this zoomed in, but I'll zoom out to show you overall. And I have to grab a pen. Okay, so my theme for the year was growth. That is what I am trying to do this year with my business and with other things. And then my word of the year is contentment. So I'm trying to grow, but also stay content with where I am, stay grateful in the moment, and appreciative of where I am. So that's kind of my overall 2021 things. The other things you're gonna see on here, I have MAL, so make along. So I didn't put like knit along or craft along or crochet along, it's just make along. So if you wanted to make a list of what make alongs you want to participate in the year, you can do that, and I'm going to show you that in a second. I have project plans, so if you wanted to on these pages just keep track of any projects you have planned. If you have like a make 9, you want to do something with that. I will show you another idea for project plans as well, but I wanted that on here in case you just wanted all of this in one place. Notes, so kind of a generic if you want to take notes on things. Festivals, so any festivals you might be planning to go to. Daily goals, so if you have any daily goals like you want to spin 15 minutes a day or knit 30 minutes a day, or you want to post on social media every day or check on something every day, you could do that. There's also monthly goals. So if you have like, I want to knit a pair of socks every month, or I want to do a charity project every month, you can keep a list of those. If you are somebody who sets quarterly goals, you can do it that way. And then the month, so if you want to set goals by each month. I don't do quarterly goals, so I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to use those. I prefer the month. If you prefer the quarters and not the month, do it that way. If you prefer just the generic monthly goals, do it that way. So I'm going to show you how I plan to do a couple of these again, and we'll go from there. I might time lapse here a little bit just to kind of get some of these going. Actually, so before I do, another thing that I have are these strips, and these are really just dividers. So you see the same big headers that I use, so if you wanted to set some of the other ones up, which I'll show you in a little bit, you can get some of those. And then I also have these thin strips, so you have kind of those same two colors you saw on the labels, and then that. So I'm actually going to add a divider here underneath my theme and my goals. Okay, so you can see I wrote in a couple of make-alongs. So I always do the Splash Pad Party and the Pigskin Party, which is with Boston Jen of the Down Cellar Studio podcast. I'm not committing myself to anything, but I will leave a few spaces if throughout the year I kind of want to add stuff in here. And then festivals, I actually plan to vend at 2 festivals later this year. I have no clue if they're going to happen or not, but in the meantime, I'm going to keep those in there. And so now I kind of want to get, this is where if you have like daily goals, monthly goals, you can start listing them down here. Again, you can use another divider and then use the monthly and daily goals. I don't really have those right now just because things are so crazy with having, you know, the schedule that I've given to myself with the job that I have full-time and the business. So I don't want to overwhelm myself with daily or monthly goals. In the past, I definitely would have done like a spin 15 minutes a day, but I don't even want to touch any of that at all. But I'm gonna leave room here for like general notes and stuff. And so like I said, I'm gonna leave a couple of spaces in case there's anything that I want to kind of add on. I keep going back and forth between, I'm just using the pretty design one. Okay, so again, I'm gonna just leave a couple of lines in case there's anything that I decide I want to do. And then down here, I'm going to just do a notes and just kind of leave a generic notes in case there's anything this year that I want to do. And of course, I can always add on however I so choose. So now I'm kind of on the second page of this, which is where I'm going to set up all of my monthly goals. So I'm going to use these labels and just kind of get them going here. So, okay, so I set this up. This is kind of like the zoomed out version. So I have the goals, my theme, my word, make-alongs and festivals with some room. I can add some more in, and then just general notes if I want to take notes throughout the year. And then on this side, I did set up all of the months. You can see they don't have a ton of room for each, and that's because this is just like a quick goals thing. So if I want to be doing Christmas gifts in the 4th quarter, I can write them down here. If I want to do the Splash Pad Party in June and July, if I know I'm going to want to get some project done for someone's birthday at a certain time, I can put that in. So yeah, you can always break these up and give them their own page. This is a large notebook. There's a lot of pages in here. So if you wanted to devote a page to each month for your 2021 goals, you certainly can. You'll see what else I have for the months kind of coming up, keeping in mind this is kind of my goals. Okay, so that is kind of what I have for that. And again, you can stick around and see, you'll see what else I have for the months. Again, keeping in mind this is just for the goals. If you are a quarterly person, I do have a quarterly kit that you can pair with the strips, and you can kind of make put the quarters on the top and use kind of one of these thin strips as headers, or you can get a couple and use some of these larger headers. However you want to do it, you can pair like the larger headers with the ones that come on the 2021 goals. Ignore the 2021 goals header that I use and just use the quarters. Again, it's really made to fit how you like to do things. So there is that. Again, I can make the months as these larger headers if you prefer something like that. So let me know if you are interested in that. So I have my goals set up, kind of general, outlining the year. And then the other things that I want to do for 2021 setup is I have a kit for project plan. So I said on the 2021 goals kit, there was a script that had project plans on there. So if on this page you just want to quickly jot down your make 9, or you know, you want to make a blanket that year, or you want to make a sweater, you can do that. I'm actually going to set up a whole page devoted to it, and that is because I like to plan ahead. So throughout the year, if I want to just come back to this page and start planning out projects, I can, and that's what I'm going to do. And then I also have a finished projects kit. So throughout the year, I can just come in and add to it and have it all in one place. So that way I don't have to flip through the whole book. I can just have one page where I have a list of finished objects. If you know you're gonna finish a lot in the year, you might wanna devote a few pages to it, but that is certainly up to you. I have so few expectations for this year. If you guys are following the channel, you kind of know that. So yeah. And another thing I'm going to say, these stickers are removable. So if you start placing it down and it's not going very well, they do peel up without coming up. What I will say is a lot of this paper isn't super thick, but it is thicker than computer paper. So if you did want to just use plain computer paper, I would go like different papers have different weights. And the ones that like they basically have you do for like plain old computer printer paper, that's pretty lightweight paper, and the stickers might, oops, that is very crooked. The stickers just might show through, whereas on here you can't see the months sticking through or anything, so it doesn't like disturb the back of the page, which is really nice. So that's just something to keep in mind. You might just want to, like, if you do just want to use computer printer paper, you just might want to get a slightly heavier weight paper. I'm going to put this down without talking. There we go. So that's my project plans. And then what I also have here is a strip, and it says project, category, and notes. So again, you can choose to use or not use this as much or as little as you want. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there, and it's just, again, it's nice to just have the titles printed so I don't have to come in with my messy handwriting and whatever. So, and you can also, and same thing on this page too, if you want to come in and just like make a line dividing it, you can. So you can kind of see the project plans and then the project. So if I were doing this, I would say maybe I wanted to do like, let's say I want to do a Jennifer Stein Guest sweater. That's what my mom's been kind of planning. So then I could put it's a sweater, and then for any notes I could say that I want to use Rama yarn, or I want to use like yarn from Stash, or I want to buy from A Girl and Her Wool, or I'm gonna be doing this as a gift for someone for Mother's Day or something like that. You can use that. Again, you can use this as you want it. So that's the project plans page, and then kind of a similar idea for the finished objects. Again, I know that I'm not going to be working on a lot. I think if it were if it were a year in the past for me, I would probably flip over and do this on the next page and use a blank header or nothing for the side page. But I know I'm not going to be doing a ton this year, and if I run out of room, there's more pages, I can always continue this on somewhere else. So don't put too much pressure. I think something too is like, I always feel like things have to be like perfect from the start, and like if you never end up using this, if you set up this page like, yeah, I'm gonna keep track of my finished projects, and then you never come back to it, who cares? No one's gonna know. So on this one, the headers that I have, again, is the same thing, the project, the category, and the notes. And what will be awesome about this is when you come at the end of the year, like let's say you're doing a year reflection, this is something that will be nice because you don't have to go through like wherever else you store it. You can just come here and be like, oh, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 finished objects. 3 of them were socks, 2 of them were hats. And so then I also have a totals here. So I'm going to just kind of leave a few rows. Again, you can use many pages for this. And I'm going to just leave a section down here for totals, where I can like kind of list out, oops, you can't even see it. List out totals so I could put in how many socks, hats, and things. Again, I don't plan on doing a ton this year. This is more than enough space for me, but you can use as many pages as you want. And already, I just think it looks so nice. It's something that I definitely will want to come back to and use, which will be so great. It's so nice. It's so organized. And it's like I just put a few stickers on a page to make it look that nice. So I'm so pumped and excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. So that's kind of setting up 2021. I know this video is going to be long. A lot of the rest of it I'm going to breeze through really quickly. What I then have is for each month I have kits as well. I'm going to show you guys this really quickly. I'm going to set up 1 month and then I'm just going to kind of show you guys the rest without setting up everything else. And then again, we'll do a flip. I'm going to do a more like do the flip through again basically. So for each month I have a monthly kit. So the monthly kit comes with a month script, a header, so you can again use this in the same way as the header, put the month on it, and then it has a few strips. Again, use as many or as little as you want. If all you want is the header and then you want to do whatever you want on there, feel free to do it. What they say are crafty goals, whips, finished objects, and notes. And so I plan to set this up at the beginning of every month. I'm going to probably do it here on my channel. And then at the end of the month, I'll come back and add in any finished objects. So for each one, you get a monthly kit, and these all come together or a la carte basically. And then in the same theme, I have these project highlight kits. And what's nice about these is that the purpose of these is really to have a page devoted to a finished object. And so there's a lot of information that you can add on here. So like the pattern, the yarn, designer, what colors you used, your needle or hook, your gauge, notes, when you cast it on, cast it off, modifications you made. So you really have everything you need on here. I have them kind of called like the January kit because it's the same theme, but you can use these all throughout the year. There's nothing on here specific to a certain month. So pick up as many of these as you want for your project highlights. You can use the project highlight and then I'll show you how I plan to use it. I'm going to show an example of this one. Or I left it kind of light, so if you didn't want to use the project highlight, you could just write in like, what's a project? My slip extravaganza shawl. Like you could just do it on top there if you wanted to. And they all come with a couple of strips and then these bigger boxes, which I thought would be great for writing in the pattern and the designer and then the yarn, which is a lot of times the two most important things we talk about most when we talk about our projects. So again, you can pick up a few of those. And then similarly to 2021, there's a strips that has the thin and the thick strips and then the labels. So if you wanted to use these as headers for the words, or if you just want to use them to mark notes or things like that, I have them in the same theme. So for each month, there are 2 options. And so you can get these as a kit, which is one of each of these sheets, or you can of course buy whichever sheets you want. So my other January kit is this one, which I love. Let me show you the kit on here. So it is just hand knit gloves and hats, scarves, books, hot cocoa. It's like all the things that are so nice. So I'm actually going to use this one for my January kit, but you'll see I'm going to use the other one for some of the project highlights. So that's how I plan to set up these monthly pages. Again, I'm going to set this up kind of in the beginning of the month or the end of the prior month just to get it ready. I'm not going to write anything in right now just for time, of course, but I'm going to keep it going. So then my plan is to have all of my finished objects or any projects that I kind of finish in that month, I plan to have a project highlight. So I have, again, the same project highlight that would match, or you can use a project highlight here, or it could be any of the other project highlights I'm going to show you. I have stickers through March. So again, we're not going to set this all up. I just want to show you how I would set up a project highlight page. So I will be right back. So right now I'm kind of backtracking because I obviously am just setting this up now, and I didn't have this ever before. And so this is, and just in case you're looking at the website, this kit with like the gloves and everything is kit 2 for January, and this blue one that I'm going to use now is kit 1, but the numbers are irrelevant. It's just how I did it. So I plan to set these up when I start projects. That way I can keep notes on them as I go. But again, because I didn't have this set up, I'm going to like backtrack here a little bit. That is definitely crooked. And so like I said, I'm backtracking. So this will be a project that I actually finished in January, but it doesn't matter. I don't really care so much, but I probably will set them up when I start them. So when they happen in here is kind of irrelevant. You can always add like, you know, things on there if you want to be able to find things easily, but it is what it is. So how I plan to do this is I plan to use the project highlight header, and then I have the 2 boxes, and I plan to put the pattern in there on one side and then the yarn on the other. So that's kind of why I made these bigger boxes, just so that there is room in there to leave the pattern on there and the yarn, which to me a lot of the time is like the most important part. So we have the yarn, and so I will come in here. So this one that I'm going to be doing is the Golden Dusk, which was the mystery knit along. And I'm gonna put MCal, so I did it as a mystery knit along, even though the mystery was kind of done by the time I finished. And I'm gonna also add in, and that's why I made it kind of large, so you can put the designer in too, if you want to. And then the yarn, I used my yarn, so A Girl and Her Wool. And it was my Silk DK base. What you could do is on this kit, I have main color, so if you wanted to put the color in the same box, you can. I have main color, contrast color, and then contrast color 1 through 4. So because I used 4 colors, I'm actually gonna use the contrast color 1 through 4 and lay them all out. So it's going to kind of look like this. So you can kind of do it how I did it. You can also just lay them down. I don't know why I didn't just do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm efficient and I like to save space, so I did it that way. And then I also have on here, like if you did a knit along, here is where I have like knit along, crochet along, and also make along. And so you can also kind of write that in if you wanted to. So I'm just gonna write that it was the mystery knit along, which you can do if you want to, you don't have to. And then what I want to do is put a little divider in, because that's like kind of a lot of the basic information, and then I'm gonna put in some of the other things. So size is irrelevant for a shawl. I did use a size 6 needle. And what is great about this is that you can, if you use the same yarn over and over again, you can kind of come back and see what you used. I did not write down my gauge, but I do have a note where you could write down your gauge. It's probably worth me honestly going back and finding out what my gauge was, because this was my yarn and it's always good for me to know what it is made for. It was made for me, so I don't plan to use that, but if you're kind of making it as a gift for somebody or whatever, you can put that in. And then I certainly love to track when I cast things on and cast them off. So I'm gonna just put that over here again. I like to save space. What am I saving space for? I don't know. So I have it here. I cast this on October 19th, 2020, and I cast it off January 17th, well after the end of the mystery knit along. So I'll have to go back and measure my gauge. Other things, if you have modifications that you want to write down that you did, you can. If you have a deadline, like if it's a test knit or again a gift, or you just want to self-impose a deadline, more power to you, go for it. You can add all of those things in. If there are ideas for other scripts and things that you think would be good, definitely feel free to reach out and let me know, and I will either add them in, or I can even have like a separate scripts page. So then I have notes, which to me is like part of the most important part. So I'll just come back in and kind of make notes. Again, this is the type of thing I would set up when I start the project, and then that way I can kind of take notes as I kind of go through it. So that's what my project highlight page would look like. Again, once you kind of get it set up, it takes a minute or two, and then I can come back and it's all done in there. You can even, if you have like a little printer, those little picture printers, you can put in a little picture. You can also do your project highlight on the left side, like use the full spread for one project. You can add some pictures to it if you want more notes and things. I don't take like a ton of notes. I might change my mind, of course. I might decide one page was not enough and I want to use a 2-page spread, and that is fine. I can certainly do that. So that's actually all the projects that I finished in January. So again, I'm not gonna show you guys me setting up everything else. From here on out, what I would do, and what I would say is if you want like these to have the backgrounds again, you can use the strips, the labels, and put them on there. I actually probably should have for some of these, but that's okay. What I probably will do is take one of these, and again, I'm not showing it, but I will take one of these and put it on here, add the date, and then take notes, and then add the date and take notes. That's something that I can do. So that is that. And then of course I have more of the strips if you want to add in more dividers, not necessarily with the project highlight, but just even setting up your January page, you can certainly do that. So for January, the January kit 1 is the blue theme. So I showed this already. You can also get matching strips, labels, and the project highlight page that I used. There's also January kit 2, which I used here. And then there's also the project highlight, the January labels, and strips too, what I will say is, again, you can mix and match project highlights. There are going to be some months where I need more than one. I didn't have a very productive January, what can I say? But you can add on as many of these as you want, and you can mix and match the colors and everything. I also have, so I'm going to just do a quick run through of the other months as well, because I have this through March. So February kit 1 is the snowflakes, which is commemorative of the mystery yarn of the month club color that I did, and of course labels, strips, and a project highlight page, which is right here. So again, you can certainly mix and match these and put them all together wherever you want. So that's February kit 1. February kit 2 is a more Valentine's Day themed one. So I have the month kit here, which is really cute hearts. The project highlight, which again, it's not like overly pink, but I got kind of some of the pink there. The labels and the strips. March kit 1 I think is my favorite of all of them. So this is March kit 1, so really pretty greens. I wanted to bring in the greens for March for St. Patrick's Day, but I'm not like a Kelly green person, so really pretty flowers in time for March and all of that. So again, here's the month kit, the project highlight, which again, mix and match them throughout all of the months, the labels and the strips. And then the second kit for March, which was also really pretty if you like gray and yellow. Again, not super bright, but a lot of color there. So there's March kit 2, the project highlight, the strips or the labels and the strips. So that's everything that I have in this kind of round one. I plan to come up with April kits soon, and I will probably have April kits loaded by the end of February. I'm gonna try and stay ahead like that so you can kind of plan ahead of what you would want and have it when you need it. So I want to do a quick walkthrough of what we've done again, and then I'm going to do some giveaway news. So this is going to be kind of a more in-depth walkthrough, not that in-depth, but a little bit more in-depth than what I quickly showed you at the beginning. So again, we set up our 2021 goals page. We went through that in depth, so I won't show that. I have it all set up with project plans that I'll kind of come back and fill in, and then finished objects. So I can already add in my golden dusk and my slip extravaganza shawl. And then going into January, so I kind of started writing in what whips I had and what I finished. Again, I'm not going to fill in the goals and the notes because it's kind of after the fact. And then I'm gonna go back in and add some notes about this project later on. This was for the golden dusk. And then I set up February, so we're in the month of February. I used a really cute February kit too with the hearts, and then just have what my goals are for the month. So obviously getting this journal set up was a big one. What whips I had, and then I've of course already finished my slip extravaganza shawl. So if you haven't already checked out that Faux Friday post from last week, go check that out. And then I'll probably come back and add some notes in for the month. It'll just be, the note section is really just to jot down anything that kind of comes to mind throughout the month or anything like that. It doesn't have to get filled in. And then I use kit 1 project highlight to show my slip extravaganza shawl. So ironically, I've only finished 2 projects so far this year, so I just put those in. But I did start another project for my niece, so I started a sweater for her. So I have that page all set up. I'm gonna come back in and fill in some of the details later, but I can have that ready to go. And then I left a page blank just in case something else does get finished. I started setting up March, but I realized we're only halfway through February, so I'm gonna come back and do another video on setting up March. So I may take this off. I might just leave it there and then we'll have it already started when we come back for it. But that is that. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I love how nice this looks, and I've barely written things in it, and it's just so nice to flip through. I'm really excited about it. I'm not kind of stuck in what a commercial like notebook kind of looks like. I'm able to like make it my own. If I decide later on that, you know, I really want to do the project highlights when I finish and give like an overall wrap up, I can do that. For now, I'm going to kind of start them as they start, which is really great. And I can include, you know, I can have this big section for notes that's not like all these predetermined fields that I need to fill in or feel pressured that I have to fill in. It's just a lot of open space. So that is that. I hope you guys like it. I am going to be doing a giveaway. So again, I'm going to be giving away one of these notebooks. It's exactly like this. So here it is, still wrapped up. And then I'm going to be giving away various stickers as well. So I will be including all of the 2021 rose gold kits that you saw at the beginning here. And then I'm going to be giving away month kits. So it'll include a January month kit. So when I say a month kit, I mean all 4 sheets. So it'll include one of January, one of February, and one of March. And so I'll let the winner kind of choose which of the 2 options for each month they want. So to enter, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment below with what you think, which colors were your favorite, what did you like, what else would you like to see, and what do you like to write in a craft journal, or if you've ever done one, anything relevant to this topic would be appreciated. There will be one winner selected across the various platforms, but I will also be having a giveaway post on Instagram, so you can enter there as well. But again, there will just be one winner across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So enter in all of the places, but there will just be one winner in total. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys are excited to see more of it, and I can't wait to hear what you think. I'm both extremely excited and also a little nervous. So hey everyone, so it's a little bit after, I swear. Nacho knows the sound of turning the camera on. Like, he was laying somewhere else, I press, you know, the camera makes a little noise when I turn it back on, and he comes running over. Anyway, so I had already put everything away, but I just wanted to mention a couple more things before I completely sign off here. So one is that, again, each one of the sheets, regardless of the kit, is $1.50 each. As you guys know, I do offer free shipping in the US in my shop, and I do flat rate shipping for everywhere else. And so what's going to happen with these stickers, in order to kind of keep the price of them low, I will not be able to offer free shipping on them. Otherwise, it would be like ridiculous for each sheet. So there is going to be flat rate shipping in the US of $3.95 for any amount of stickers that you put in. So if you put one sheet in, or if you put 50 sheets in, it's always going to be $3.95 shipping in the US. And for elsewhere, it'll kind of work in the same rates that I already have in the shop. So if you put stickers in your cart, it's going to add the $3.95 shipping in the US. If you then also add yarn to your shop, to your cart, and use code sticker shipping, that will remove the shipping. So basically, if you buy the stickers along with yarn, I'll include the shipping for free. But if you're only buying the stickers, then you will be paying for shipping, $3.95 for however many there are wherever you are in the US. So I just wanted to mention that as well. If you do see that, just make sure you use the code sticker shipping. That is the way that I was able to set this up. It doesn't have the ability to automatically do it when yarn is added, so you have to apply that coupon code in order to get the shipping taken off, and that will only work when there's yarn in your cart with the stickers. So sticker shipping, one word. And then, so I just wanted to run through the giveaway just one more time because I didn't mention other details. So the giveaway is now open. You can comment below. Again, you will get one notebook and then 3 sets or 4 sticker sets. So the 2021 kit, you'll get one of January, one of February, one of March, and that will include the 4 sheets in that theme. And then you'll get to choose between the 2 options for each month, so we'll be in contact if you're the winner. And I'm gonna have the giveaway open, so this is going live on Friday at 5 p.m. I'm going to have the giveaway open through, yeah, so let's say the giveaway is open through Monday night, so you guys will have a few days to enter this, all weekend long, including Monday, and then I will include the winner as the part of Tuesday's Die With Me. So on Tuesday I will be announcing the winner of this giveaway, and then also stay tuned next week, because I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in this video, but I did hit 1,000 subscribers, so I will have a separate giveaway for that in the vlogs next week, probably Friday's vlog, but we'll see. I think Friday's vlog will be a day in the life, so that will probably work better to do it there. So anyway, that is that. I think those are all the additional details I wanted to throw in here. Again, I'm really excited to do this. I think it looks great. I'm already so excited, and it's like a small book, so it's like easy to hold, everything. It just looks super pretty, and it's just so functional, but without being super creative, it just makes it look really nice. I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys are too. All right, that is that. I am going to hang up the phone. All right, guys, bye.